Hello, I'm Conor Meade, and we're here today at the 2015 Canadian Science Policy with Dr. Elizabeth Nielsen, who is a member of the board of the Consumers Council of Canada and the Consumer Policy Committee of ISO. So thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Nielsen. Welcome to the conference.
Oh, thank you very much. I enjoyed being here.
Thank you. So to start off, why don't you tell us a bit about your work and a bit about your organization?
Well, the Consumers Council of Canada is a volunteer organization, and we look at a number of various issues from the public perspective, including things like e-commerce, looking at privacy, looking at food safety. I've been working with them looking at the whole aspect of emerging technologies, such as nanotechnology and the GMO issue, or the genetically engineered issue is what it should be. So that's what I've been involved with them. And other than that, I'm a consultant. I used to be with Health Canada as a regulatory science DG, but after that, I've been out working with provinces, private industry, that type of thing.
Okay. So this, at today's symposium, we talked about genetically engineered organisms,
Yes.
and some of the issues around that. So what do you see are some of the major ethical and policy issues related to GMOs, genetically engineered organisms?
Yeah. Well, I was there to present and to talk about the concerns of consumers with respect to the GMOs and the regulation of GMOs. And they're very concerned about it from both a food safety perspective. They're concerned about that, and sometimes it's perceived risk and real risk, but you have to deal with both. They're concerned about it also from a religious point of view. They're afraid that the technology is basically something that's not sound, that some people think it's immoral and we shouldn't be doing that. They're very concerned about the lack of transparency in the decision-making process that's going on in government with respect to the approvals. Consumers don't have a lot of confidence right now in the regulatory system that's being used for GMOs, not because they don't believe that the people are capable of doing it, it's just that the technology is changing so quickly that it's extremely difficult for them to keep up with the technology. And also they feel that they have not been given enough resources to be able to carry out the job. They would like to see mandatory labeling of GMOs so that they can make a decision about whether or not they want to consume these products and their family consume them.
Absolutely. So segueing from there, what do you see are some of the other interesting and important ethical issues surrounding emerging technologies?
Well, I think I've raised most of them. It's mainly them not being involved in the process. They don't know what sort of information is being given to government when they make these decisions. They don't have access to that information. They also are concerned about the fact that when a manufacturer or supplier submits information for approval of a new GMO, that the information is coming from the industry itself and is not being verified, well, I shouldn't say verified, it's not being repeated by government or any other independent agency. And so they have concerns about that.
Absolutely. So what would your recommendations for policymakers be to clarify and improve our current handling of GMOs from a policy perspective?
I think it would help if there was some type of system with respect to being able to provide consumers at the point of sale with information about what's in the product. I mean, and this is not unusual. Right now, McDonald's, for instance, and A&W are moving towards keeping things like antibiotics, hormones, out of the products that they're selling in their stores. And they're doing it as a result of the fact that consumers are very sensitive to what goes into the food they eat. They'd like to see clean food, basically. One of the other problems is consumers are not getting the information so that they understand the technology. I think there'd be a lot more acceptance of the technology if somebody took government and industry took the trouble to be able to inform them about the technology and the benefits to the consumer of that technology, and also to improve the assessment that goes on in terms of looking at the long-term effects of the GMOs.
Interesting, thank you. So for all of our viewers, if they want to learn more about your work and about the advocacy you're doing, where can they go online to dig deeper into the issues that we've been talking about?
The Consumers Council of Canada has a website, and it has all the reports that have research that has been done by that organization, and it's non-biased research. We believe in working with government and industry to resolve issues. And also they have a Facebook page where you can go and find out about what's happening at any one time.
Excellent. All right, well, we recommend you check all of those things out. And Dr. Nielsen, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Well, thank you very much.
And we hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
I will. Thank you very much.